What's going on, guys? My name is Wade with TechDaily, and in this video, we are checking out the EcoFlow River 3 portable power station. Now, the thing about a lot of portable power stations nowadays, including some of the ones I've used in the past, is that they tend to be both really big and really expensive. Not everyone needs something the size of a cooler, and not everyone is willing to spend 4 figures for one. I totally get that. The EcoFlow River 3, however, is truly portable, so much so that it could fit in a bag or backpack easily. And most importantly, you can snag one right now, along with a couple must-have accessories, for under $200. But don't let the size and its price point fool you into thinking that it isn't going to save the day during a power outage, or that it can't handle your off-the-grid campsite or picnic spot. The EcoFlow River 3 is absolutely a full-on, fully capable power station and battery backup with UPS capabilities and a whole lot more. Now, EcoFlow was kind enough to send me this River 3 to check out and sponsored this video, and I've been very impressed with how capable this little guy has been over the last month or so that I've had it. It's able to fully power my entire office setup easily and keep going during a blackout, while simultaneously being the tough and rugged outdoor power station solution for everything I might take with me on the go. So first off, I have to mention that the full retail price for the River 3 is technically $239, but right now, EcoFlow is running a special pre-order offer that puts this power station at just $169 with a free carrying bag included. And if you'll be using this outdoors pretty often, you can also add in a 45-watt solar panel, all for under $200. This is a phenomenal deal, and EcoFlow is running this promotion through Amazon's October Prime Day event, and on top of that, I have a discount code you can use for 5% off the River 3 right now through October 25th, which makes it even more affordable. So check out the links down below in the video description to take advantage of those deals. Okay, so let's start off with the basics. The EcoFlow River 3 is far and away the most portable power station that I've used yet. Size-wise, it's basically no bigger than like an old school lunchbox. It weighs not even 8 pounds. And yes, it really does fit in even one of my smaller backpacks without issue. A lot of the other portable power stations out there are as big as a cooler or a suitcase, and sometimes weigh 30 or 40 pounds at least. So this is a way different experience, taking it out and about and setting it up somewhere with how small and lightweight it is. I should also mention it's tough, IP54 water and dust resistant, which is also a standard you don't usually see, but it's obviously necessary if you plan on taking the power station out to campgrounds or picnic sites or anywhere else outdoors. On the front of the River 3, you'll see 2 AC ports, one 2-prong and one 3-prong. These work with the unit's built-in inverter, which is rated at 300 watts of continual power output, and it can even handle brief surges up to 600 watts. That's a pretty high standard of power for something this size, and it means that along with your everyday electronics, it could also pair up with some small appliances without issue. Speaking of your everyday electronics, you also get a 100-watt USB-C power delivery port. So whether you plug in a smartphone or a laptop, you'll be getting the fastest charging speeds the device itself supports. And there's 2 additional USB-A ports on either side for a few more opportunities to charge. Of course, if you need more ports, you can always use the AC plug, for example, with the USB hub, and then you have as many USB ports as you need. You can also plug a power strip into the River 3 and 5x your AC plug potential. There's endless opportunities to get creative and plug as many things as you have into this power station. Also, on the front of the power station behind door number 1 is a 12.6 volt car charger capable of 24-watt output. So lots of different ways to juice up. And as far as the battery itself inside the River 3, well, it's rated at 245 watt hours, which is enough to fully charge most laptops 3 or 4 times and smartphones 10 or 12 times, all without ever needing to plug in the River 3 itself. So depending on what it is you're powering, you may be able to take this thing on a 2 or 3 day camping adventure and not run low on power. The River 3's large front display there makes it very easy to see not just the overall battery percentage, but also your charge output, the input if you're recharging the unit itself, and also how much time you have left based on the current output you're utilizing. And I found the percentage and time estimates to be very accurate, depending on what all I had plugged in. If you want a bit more control or care to see some in-depth information, the EcoFlow app, which is available for both iOS and Android, can show you a real-time power graph as you plug and unplug various things. You can switch on and off the unit itself, as well as the AC side and the DC side. You can see what your USB ports are charging at, and you can even set different charge and power limits to both maintain the unit's overall battery health and ensure you don't accidentally run the River 3 all the way down to 0 if you happen to step away for a while and don't mean to do that. You can also enable backup reserve and use the River 3 as a true backup power unit for whatever is most important in your home. It's capable of a 20 millisecond response switch into UPS mode, or as an uninterruptible power source, and it can handle everything from a small refrigerator or other countertop appliances to your security system, to the lights, even a fish tank if you have one. When it's time to juice up the River 3, you have 2 input options you can utilize and a few ways to get power back into it. Via the standard AC plug, the River 3 can actually handle up to 320 watts of input, which gets this power station from 0 to 100% in 60 minutes. The same AC plug can be utilized with a different power station or power generator, also pulling up to 320 watts. Next to it, there's the option to add solar, and with up to 110 watts of solar input, you can go from dead to full in just over 2.5 hours. The car charger port can also be utilized as a charge input point, with up to 100 watt potential and 100% charge in under 3 hours. Altogether, that's some crazy fast charging potential, and it means that you won't be waiting around all day or all night to get back into using this power station if you do run it low. So there's a couple other things I want to just quickly mention. The River 3 has a lifespan of some 3,000 charging cycles before you'll see its total battery capacity drop to around 80%. 3,000 charge cycles is about 10 years of potential use, and that's thanks to a group of high-quality battery cells inside. On top of that, the River 3 packs in X-Guard protection technology with more than 40 safety measures to combat current, voltage, temperature, and circuit risks, meaning that if you do happen to plug in something that causes a power surge or something that your charging goes haywire, the River 3 is smart enough to cut power and combat that issue. Portable power stations have really become quite popular in recent years, both as a way to embrace the outdoors and that off-grid lifestyle, and also to just keep our everyday stuff powered up. Whether you use something like this as an emergency backup or as an everyday power source, it's really got a lot of potential to keep you running. And I actually think the River 3 is the perfect starter or entry-level power station if you don't want to spend $1,000 on something and you don't want to lug around a giant thing that barely fits in the trunk of a car. Best of all, it's not like you sacrifice much here. This is still a fully capable power station in every sense for anything you might need, and I highly recommend it. So that's the EcoFlow River 3 portable power station. What do you guys think? Can you see yourself with this on your next outdoor adventure? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, of course. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Be sure to follow TechDaily on Twitter and subscribe to the TechDaily YouTube channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys later.